I stood on my son's porch on Christmas Eve, holding the pumpkin pie I'd stayed up baking. Sarah's recipe, the one we'd made together for 30 years. When Eric opened the door, I expected the usual hug, the Merry Christmas, Dad, the smell of roast turkey welcoming me inside. Instead, he looked at the gifts in my arms, looked at the pie, and said 5 words that would cost him everything. "We weren't expecting you this year." Through the doorway, I could see his mother-in-law sitting in my chair at the dinner table, the same chair where Sarah used to sit before cancer took her. What my son didn't know was that I'd been paying his $3,200 mortgage every month for 8 years. $307,200. By December 27th, that payment would be canceled forever. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we have new stories every day. Leave a like and tell us in the comments which city you're watching from. My name is Robert Mitchell. I'm 66 years old, and I spent 40 years building Mitchell Electrical Contractors, from a one-man operation to a company with 35 employees and contracts across 3 counties. I lost my wife Sarah 4 years ago to ovarian cancer. Since then, Christmas Eve dinner with my son Eric and his family became the most important night of my year. Sarah and I had hosted Christmas Eve for 30 years. After she died, Eric and his wife Amanda took over hosting, and I thought that was beautiful, keeping the tradition alive. I brought Sarah's pumpkin pie every year, the recipe she perfected over decades. I brought gifts for my granddaughters. I brought my stories and my love. What I didn't talk about was the money. 8 years ago, when Eric and Amanda bought their house, I'd given them $75,000 for the down payment. When they still couldn't afford the mortgage, I quietly started sending $3,200 every month. Just temporary. Eric had said, until I get the next promotion. That promotion never came, but I kept sending the money. That Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2024, I drove to Eric's house the same way I had for 4 years since Sarah died, with hope in my heart and pie in my passenger seat. The driveway was packed with cars I didn't recognize. Through the front window, I could see the dining room filled with people. Amanda's parent Mercedes was parked where I usually parked. I had to park on the street. Eric opened the door before I could knock. No smile, no Merry Christmas. Just this strange, uncomfortable expression. Dad. Hey, we weren't expecting you this year. I stood frozen, gifts in my arms, Sarah's pie still warm in its carrier. What do you mean you weren't expecting me? It's Christmas Eve. We always... I know, but Amanda's parents are here, and we got a full house, and I thought maybe you'd spend it with Uncle Frank this year. Through the open door, I could see Amanda's father, Richard, sitting at the head of the table, the same seat where my chair had always been, the seat where Sarah used to sit before she got too sick. Richard was laughing, holding a wine glass, completely comfortable. Eric, whose chair is that man sitting in? Dad, don't make this awkward. We just thought. You thought I wouldn't come. You planned this whole dinner without me. Amanda appeared behind Eric, her face showing not guilt but irritation. Robert, we talked about this. We said we'd do things differently this year. More intimate. Just our immediate family. I am your immediate family. I'm his father. Well, Richard and Patricia are here now, and we've already started dinner. So maybe next time we can... Through the window, I saw my granddaughters opening gifts from Amanda's parents. The girls were laughing, wearing new dresses I'd never seen. They didn't even know I was at the door. I looked at my son and saw a stranger. Someone who planned a family Christmas without me, who'd replace me with his in-laws, who stood there with no shame, just annoyance that I'd shown up. I didn't argue. I just said, "Merry Christmas, Eric," turned around and walked back to my truck. Something cold had settled in my chest where warmth used to be. I didn't go home. I drove to the 24-hour diner on Route 7, ordered coffee I didn't drink, and opened my laptop. Sarah's face smiled at me from my phone's lock screen. My online banking showed it clearly, 96 monthly payments of $3,200 to Eric and Amanda Mitchell, $307,200, plus the original $75,000 down payment, $382,200 total. Then I found the email, 3 weeks old. Amanda to her mother, "Don't worry, we're doing intimate family only this year. Robert won't be there. Eric will tell him something came up." They'd planned this for weeks. I pulled out my phone and started dialing. "Dennis, it's Robert Mitchell. I need to cancel an automatic payment first thing tomorrow morning. Yes, Christmas Day. The moment the banks open on the 26th. Karen, Robert Mitchell. I need the legal process for calling in a family loan. $75,000, documented as interest-free. Draft the demand letter tonight. Steve, pull all records of money I've sent Eric. Everything. I need complete accounting by December 27th. Martin, remove Eric from all company documents. Secondary contact on insurance, vendor accounts. Everything. His name gone by Monday. Jennifer, emergency will amendment. Remove Eric completely. I'll explain later, but I need this executed before the holiday ends." By midnight, every piece was in place. Eric would have his intimate family Christmas without me, and by the 27th, he'd understand exactly what absence costs. I spent Christmas Day alone for the first time in 66 years. But I wasn't sad. I was methodical. I signed the loan demand letter. $75,000 due within 30 days. I confirmed the mortgage payment cancellation. $3,200 would not be sent on January 15th or ever again. I approved the will change. Eric removed entirely. Assets redirected to charity. By 6 p.m. Christmas Day, Eric legally existed in my life only as a debtor owing $75,000. December 26, 9 a.m., bank computers processed the cancellation. 10:47 a.m., the mortgage company detected the missing payment and flagged the account. 2:33 p.m., Eric's bank sent an alert. Recurring deposit canceled. I spent the day organizing Sarah's belongings, a task I'd avoided for 4 years. I donated her clothes, kept her jewelry for my nieces, boxed her books. I wasn't erasing her memory. I was finally moving forward. On December 27th, at 10:23 a.m., Eric's phone rang. "Mr. Mitchell, this is Sarah Chun from First National Bank. Your mortgage payment for January was not received. The automatic payment source has been canceled. Your account is now in pre-foreclosure status." Eric's coffee stopped halfway to his mouth. "What? No, that's impossible. My father, the payment comes automatically. There must be a mistake. Sir, the account holder canceled the recurring payment on December 26th. Without that payment, your mortgage is $12,800 behind. 11:47 a.m., registered letter delivered. Loan demand, $75,000 due January 27th. 1:15 p.m., Eric's company HR notified him that Robert Mitchell requested removal from all emergency contacts. 2 p.m., County Recorder file amendment, public records showing Eric Mitchell removed as beneficiary. Eric called me 18 times. Straight to voicemail. His text messages piled up. "Dad, I think there's been a banking error. Dad, this isn't funny. Dad, please." All delivered, all read, all ignored. In his mailbox, the certified letter. "Dear Eric Mitchell, this letter constitutes formal demand for repayment of the family loan extended June 15th, 2016, in the amount of $75,000, due within 30 days. Failure to remit will result in legal action. All supplemental financial assistance terminated effective December 26, 2024. Amanda grabbed the letter from his hands. "What does he mean, family loan? That was a gift." Apparently, it was documented as a loan. "And what supplemental financial assistance?" Eric's face went pale. He'd never told her about the monthly payments. "You've been taking $3,000 a month from your father for 8 years and never told me." Amanda was packing the girls' things while Eric stood helpless. I was going to tell you. We've been living a lie. I thought we could afford this house. Eric called Richard, hoping for support. Let me understand. You excluded your father from Christmas while he was paying your mortgage? For 8 years. It's complicated, Richard. No, it's simple. You're a 35-year-old man living off his father while treating him like an inconvenience. Patricia and I cannot be associated with that. The crushing irony. Richard, who'd sat in my chair, now refused to help Eric because of how Eric treated me. Without the monthly payments and owing $75,000 immediately, Eric and Amanda had 90 days before foreclosure. Eric's pharmaceutical sales salary, after taxes, couldn't possibly catch up. My granddaughter asked, "Daddy, why didn't Grandpa come for Christmas?" He was busy, sweetie. But he's never been too busy before. Did we make him sad? Eric couldn't answer. In 72 hours, Eric lost $3,200 monthly support, permanent. $75,000 loan, now due immediately. $307,000 in past support, gone. Future inheritance of $1.4 million, removed from will. Total financial impact, $1,782,200. 90 days until foreclosure. Marriage in crisis. In-law support withdrawn. Grandchildren's relationship with grandfather severed. From comfortable suburban life to scrambling for $75,000 while facing foreclosure and marriage collapse. All for one intimate Christmas dinner. They weren't expecting me. After 30 years of family tradition, 8 years of financial support, a lifetime of unconditional love, they weren't expecting me. So I gave them exactly what they gave me. Absence. If you're watching this and someone in your family takes you for granted, makes you feel like an inconvenience, or replaces you while still accepting your generosity, you have the right to say no more. Real family doesn't plan celebrations without you. Real family doesn't make you feel unexpected. And real love sometimes means letting people learn what loss feels like. You didn't lose them. They lost you. There's a difference. If this story resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe for more stories about standing up for yourself and setting boundaries. Tell us in the comments, have you ever been excluded from family events by people who still expected your support? How did you handle it? Click the next video to hear another story of justice and consequences. Thanks for watching.